All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Chahak, with gospel honors to the elders and apostles at Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom, Barakathum. And the title of this lesson is going to be We're Gods in the Bodies of Men. All right. And that should have been made evident to the brothers that observe the Day of Atonement, because demons attack you. All right, you figure out, that basically we're highly limited in what we can do, and there's a reason for that, because as I was explaining in a lesson earlier, there's a role that we have to play. There's a cycle of 7 revivals, really, of the Israelites, where we go down to each captivity and come back up. But the final one, all right, what we're finally going to get is the bodies that were promised, which is our inheritance, really. All right, when you read the scriptures, it basically speaks about the angels that left their first estate. Okay, and you see that the men, even during the time on the earth, during the time of Adam, that we had a lot more capabilities back then. Okay, we were a lot taller. Adam had the ability to deal with animals. Okay, and we lived a long time. Okay, and there's a bunch of other things that we'll find out in the kingdom. But basically, as the scriptures say, when Adam partook of the forbidden fruit, which is spiritual, by the way, all right, the Lord say you will surely die in this day, and I forget the other precept, but where it speaks about us, our years were basically reduced, okay, to about 120 years on the earth, and then by the time you get down to King David, it's down to about 70 years. So, our bodies from the sin of Adam have basically been reduced even further from its finite form, because Adam himself obviously wasn't perfect. Okay, so when you deal with hunger pains and ailments in the body, all right, the faith booster in all of that is knowing that our promise, our inheritance, is that's going to all be lifted from us, and this is not something that we're going to have to worry about. We're going to get that's going to be the biggest inheritance, because the scriptures say that we're going to be the third temple. Like it'll literally dwell in us, in our bodies. And you think the Lord is going to dwell, are going to set up a third temple where he's going to dwell in something that got plastics and GMOs in it? No, man. Those bodies are going to have to be done away with. The 2/3 are all going to have to go back to the spirit world and be reborn through the loins of men that had their bodies translated. All right, that's how it's gonna go down. All right, that's what the Lord promised us. So when you go to the scriptures and it says ye are gods, well, you say, are you not a god? You don't have any powers, you don't have any super strength. Well, godhood is our birthright. Okay, that's the thing you have to understand. It's our birthright. We don't have it yet. We're promised it. All right, that goes into the topic that's kind of hot right now on the new covenant. Lord willing, I can do more of an in-depth lesson when I get home and settled, where you can pick things up and look at them, because the easiest way to look at it is it's a marriage, it's a betrothal. All right, the new covenant and the old covenant. All right, it's a transition. Anyway, this is that's our inheritance. That's part of the new covenant, is that we would get that promise to be God. And as John said, we don't know yet what we shall be. All right, because it's kind of hard to fathom, right now, because we haven't really seen those things. But Yahweh Shai gave us a glimpse of it when he did all of those miracles that were recorded, and then there were some. He did so many, he said they couldn't even record them, and he said we're going to do even greater things. All right, so think about miracles and what Yahweh Shai was doing, and we're going to do them to a much higher level. All right, and And the only way to do that is new bodies. And that's what it means to be a God, man, to be a power. Okay, it doesn't mean that you are the Most High. It doesn't mean that, you know, you're omnipotent or whatever that case, or whatever the case may be. But we're going to be at such a disproportionate level versus the regular average heathen. All right, it's not even going to be close. All right, that's why the scripture said we're going to have a rod of iron. All right, we're going to break and shatter in pieces. Do you think we're going to be able to do that by sheer numbers? No. We're going to be able to do that because we're going to be gods on the earth. That's the promise in the kingdom of heaven. All right, and the kingdom of heaven will take place on the earth. It's not going to be somewhere in the heavens, and like they picture in your mind. You know, you live on some clouds up in the sky. You know, everything's white. You know, no, there's going to be diversity in the earth. Everything you see on the earth right now, it'll still be here, but just to a much greater degree. It's going to be much more diversity on the earth, and there's going to be more on the earth. The animals are going to yield more. The fruits and vegetables are going to yield more. They're going to yield more of their fruit, and they're going to be bigger fruit. All right, because the earth is tired, man. The earth has there is a spirit in the earth. All right, as you can see, the Most High makes a covenant with what? The earth. All right, we can go back to Noah, in Genesis the 6th chapter. So that's something to look forward to, man. That's one of the favorite things that I look forward to. You know, me personally, it's just a reminder of it in the kingdom. Like, yeah, we're gonna have a lot of houses, we're gonna have a lot of land, you're gonna have a lot of, women and big families. All right, you're not gonna have to worry about your families. All of those things are great, but as of coming off of yesterday, realizing how vulnerable you are in the flesh, one of the greatest inheritances we're gonna get is those new bodies. All right, just literally walking around, as a God, So meditate on those things, man. When you have afflictions, when you get pains in the flesh, all right, and learn how to suffer. Okay, it's better to get good at suffering. I was saying it earlier this week. It's better to get good at suffering than to pray for all of the suffering to go away. All right, you want to be able to handle more things. So keep those things in mind, brothers. We're almost home, Lord willing. This was edifying. Call halal Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. Bahashim Rachak Shalom. Kwam Yasharov.